Hey folks, what a view behind me. I'm at Black Bull Markets headquarters here in Auckland, New Zealand. Speaking of views, you can get TradingView paid plans for free at Black Bull Markets, saving you up to $600 a year. Get either the Essential Plus or Premium plans absolutely free. All you need to do is trade from one lot a month at Black Bull Markets. And you can also get a 100% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $1,000. All you need to do is click the Trading Nut link in the description below. Our sponsor Blue Guardian is the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation.
Hey, good morning, guys. Can you guys hear me? Good morning. Hey, Greg, can you hear me? Just to make sure the mic is on. All right, great. Let me go to my charts over here and start rolling that up. All right. All right. So let me pull my charts up now. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is just delete all the old drawings and start from scratch. All right, so let's go back to. So I like to do the analysis from scratch every time. So this way, I make myself aware of what's happening in the market. in case I forget anything. I don't want to forget anything. Market has been in a range in the past 3 weeks. Well, past 2 weeks. This is essentially a weekly, the closing point and the open point. So I'll adjust this one here to daily. So this is where price is actually cutting through every time. And the highest point of day. All right, 4 hour. Now let's figure out how this 4 hours work. Yesterday's trading day was very rangy. It just did a whipsaw here and back down. Actually, this was yesterday's trading. This was New York session. It just dropped, went up, and then dropped. All right, so 4 hour is here. All right, 1 hour. Market is very crappy at the moment. Look at this. It's stuck in this zone here. Top to bottom. So this is where the trade can be taken between these two lines here, the weekly lines. So it would essentially be trades from here to there, trades from there to there. All right. So 1 hour made a little support resistance here as well. So let's put that in. And adjust that on 30-minute time frame. Now you see the 4 hour support resistance, how it looks on the 30-minute. Right, you want to adjust this a little bit. This is where price is coming and rejecting these areas here, confirmed here. This one here. Price came in this area here, rejected this area, came back down as well. Let's see here. What else? Well, there's a location here. Price may want to come back in like it did over here. Minutes. Okay. What else? And there's nothing else that stops price from going anywhere else. I mean, we have pretty much marked out all the main areas. So now you want to trade within the empty spots, which is this area here, right? And then if it breaks and slows down, breaks, retest this area, breaks out, retest this area, then you want to come down to this area. If not, it's going to be up move, which is this area here, break, retest, come to this area, right? Or it can essentially just stop right at the point of control, go back in, and just range the rest of the day. But if it's a trending day, then only then it's going to come all the way to this point and all the way to this point. Let's see how much the ATR finished for the day. All right, so we have 5-minute chart here, 1-minute chart here, and we have a 1-minute gold Aussie. I use gold Aussie as an area where it initiates the move to the upside or the downside. Usually I pay attention, gold Aussie likes to start the move first, right? So far as you can see, they look fairly identical on the 1-minute chart. Right, they look fairly identical almost. But you see this one made a lower, this one made a higher low, and gold made a higher low, gold USD. And then it went higher lows, and now it's breaking that low on 1-minute chart. Over here made a lower low, then a higher low, went back up high. But right now they're just sitting on the 200 EMA. So, and then 5-minute was in a downtrend that flipped bullish now. So for now, at a glance, I'm thinking more towards bullish at the moment, right? Of course, it can change. These lines that you're seeing here, the orange lines, these are the weekly, previous few weeks, open, high, low, and close. Previous 4 weeks. Right, so as you can see, the clearest path to trading would be in between this price here to this price here. This red line is a monthly line. As you can see, price has been just moving in between this region here so far. Now we have about 4% target up here. So the probability of price coming up towards this 4% becomes likely, especially it's in a weekly open, close, high, low. So this is last week's close, 2 weeks ago open, and 3 weeks ago close. And so this is the area where everyone is putting their stop loss at the moment while they're selling. There's another target down here for 2.33%. Now, not because this one is higher, it might jump to this one. It might actually go to this one first and then go towards that one. right? So, like for example, yesterday it was the same situation. Yesterday it went to the lower one first, the smaller number first, and then went to the higher number, the stop loss clusters. But we just have to create a breakout zone, which is these purple lines I have here for these reasons. Right, so below the 2 and 300 is what I'm looking for to sell towards this area. Of course, it's going to pause here. It's currently pausing on 2 weeks ago close. So that means it needs to break, retest this close in order to come down. And on top of this close, we also have the 200 EMA that's holding it as a dynamic support resistance. We have the Bollinger Band coming in closer and tighter from last night. Over here in the 5-minute chart, we have volume moving bullish. So I've seen that if the move is going to come down, the volume has to actually start flipping bearish, right? Or it's going to just stay ranging or then move up. Based on all the other charts here, you'll see that I have XAU Aussie, Euro, XAG USD, XAG Euro, and XAG Aussie. Now these 6 charts needs to move in sync. Once they start moving in sync, then I know the momentum will actually move with gold, right? Which is this data down here on the left side. So MACD is 100% bearish right now, but the EMAs, now the EMAs that I am using here are on all 1-minute chart, 200 moving average, above or below, and 20, 9, and 5. Right, so as long as those are looking bullish based on price being above or below, or the EMAs being above or below each other, right? So currently we're seeing that the charts are bearish, but only 67% of the charts are bearish out of the 6. So unless they're roughly 80, 75 or higher, only then I'm going to see it as a momentum in that direction. Now MACD could simply be divergencing, or at least it just shows me the momentum for now, right? It shows me just momentum for now. Bar by bar analysis also shows me what the price chart is doing regarding bearish versus bullish bars. Now overall, across the span of everything that moves gold, or at least influences gold even a little bit, they are currently neutral. So this information is based on the blue arrows and white arrows. This is these small white arrows here. Let me zoom this chart in for you. Let's see here. Okay, so we have the blue arrows, the white arrows, and the yellow arrows, right? Those are the trend arrows. So those are going to tell me that that's going to tell me this data here combined together across all charts, right? That most of them are having yellow arrows at the moment. And as for US dollar, on the US dollar side, the EA is showing that US dollar is currently bullish. As you can see, when price is coming down, it's still going to give some bullish signals, right? So this one is a little bit lagging. However, it determines overall trend, right? So overall trend means that this could be coming down and still giving white arrows because it might want to be going back up. right? So as you can see, this point where it shifted from yellow to white is our point of interest here. Okay, this is where the change is happening. So if this changes back bullish, the EA will flip back bullish. If it breaks this upper line here, then I'm going to be expecting to take buys to this location here, to the stop loss cluster, or into this zone of the weekly open closes. Now, as you can see, it just flipped 100% bear. So once the EMAs are flipping 100 to 100% bear, anything above 75 overall, what's gonna happen is these red arrows will show up. If it changes to 100% bull, blue arrows will show up. This is just basically telling me, okay, there's some sort of strong momentum in that direction. They're all moving in the same direction at the same time, right? So they're all engaging in going that direction in the moment. Now if I set this back over here, I like to keep an eye on Aussie. Because once this one start running away, this one will soon follow. Gold USD will soon follow. Right now, dollar is very bullish at the moment. Bar by bar is 71%. EMA bulls are 89%, and MACDs are 100% on all the different charts. So it's showing the dollar is very bullish, but gold is bearish. But based on the EMAs that I'm seeing here, it's not very strong either. So we just have to be careful, because in the 5-minute chart it's reminding us that it's still bullish. Okay, so the 5-minute chart reminds us that market is still bullish. 5 minutes can easily just come down to this close here and then start working its way back up, right? But there's, because of this closed area, we have a lot of EMA support resistances here as well. So we have a lot of support resistance clusters on 5-minute chart. So on 5 minute, I essentially need a breakout. You see, did a fake out over here already? I'll need a breakout of this zone to go up, and at least a breakout of this zone to go down. I am looking at larger time frame, Shane. Let me go back to my other chart here. I'll show you what I'm doing regarding price action. Right, so I went from the, for those who just arrived, I went from the monthly time frame and started putting in open closes. Then I went to the weekly, putting in the open closes, which is the orange lines. I had to adjust to weekly because this is where the average move happened over the past 3 weeks, right? And then the daily, I adjusted it, which is the yellow lines, right? So the yellow lines are my support resistance that matters at the moment. So you see there's a support resistance here, but the weekly also is taking that out, is taking the place of the daily there, right? So we have weekly, we have a monthly here, daily, daily, daily. Now the green ones are 4-hour, right? The green support resistances are the 4 hours. 4-hour support resistance here. Okay. Let me adjust this back a little bit more. Let's go down to the 1 hour. So based on the 1 hour, I did not add any support resistance. I just adjusted this 4 hour one right here, and I just adjusted this 4 hour here, right? So I didn't add any new support resistance for a 1 hour chart. However, I do use volume profile to understand what market might want to do. There's an empty area over here that has been filling. There's an empty area here that it could fill, right? And as you can see, market always rejects from this area. So therefore, this empty area that we're seeing, right, are actually sellers. These empty areas that we're seeing here, right, these little gaps are actually buyers. Now, at least, now they're buyers. Over here, they were previously sellers as well, right? So let's look back at the point of controls. As you can see, market has been pushing away from these areas, right? It came here. This is the new point of control today. It opened, dropped down, came to this point of control, and then went back up, right? So the question is it going to stay above this? So it's going to either test this this point of control or this support resistance and hold it, right, to be upwards. But if it's a downward move, then it's just going to crash right through it, close below, and then continue down. And because this is sort of the center of the range, which the top of the range is here, the bottom of the range is here, right? Market is currently at the center of the range, so we have to sort of navigate a double bias market at the moment. It can go up or down. $30 looking like it wants to close below this this upward parallel lines I have here. So if it closes below here and below this, then you may want to come right down here. Right, 6 more minutes for this 30 minutes to close. Let's check if there is any news today. Well, we have CAD, CPI, USD. What do we have for USD here? NZD CPI as well at 5 p.m. today. 5:45. Nothing very major. Then we have GBP. But CAD moves the market. It just doesn't move gold as much. It does move it because of the commodities, but I don't think I've paid attention if it actually moved this how this news moves the gold by moving the dollar. So it would be interesting to see how this plays out as well. And some volatility will be coming into the general market. I am looking for a breakout, but I'm using the EA to gauge the strength of that breakout. Right, so let me send a copy of this chart here. Right, so that's my chart there I posted. Now you guys can look at that because I'm gonna go back to the EA and share the EA to see how we can gauge the breakout. Okay, it's about gauging the breakout if it's gonna be actually going away or not. So as you can see, I'm saying okay, possible breakout to the downside on 30 minute, but 5 minute is not confirming that it would break out to the downside, because 5 minute is still saying it's bullish on the EA here, unless it actually breaks out of this entire zone, which is a much bigger zone. We have a weekly um, open over here that it could bounce on, right? It does show that we have momentum in a sell, but it's only been 4 pips, right? So we don't have volatility. It's only been 4 pips since it started dropping. But so far, all the gold and silver charts are currently bearish. Right? So because they are currently bearish, we do have a large stop loss here that needs to be hit. At 4.5%, there's a lot of sellers that are in profit that entered on the way down here. So we have 4.52% of stop loss clusters up there and 2.45% here. I believe this number is decreasing because I think it was higher, 2.5 something. So this number is decreasing. It also means that they could be taking profits, right? Or at least buyers are not entering anymore. They're closing their buys. So this convinced me that if it breaks out, it's going to come here. If it doesn't break out, then it might reject and come up here, right? So we are double bias here on the 1 minute chart and the 5 minute chart. So based on the price action, it looks like it wants to break out to the downside. Based on the EA, it looks like it's not ready to break out on the downside, even though the EA is bearish. Right now, on the upper right hand corner, yesterday's market looked almost the same. The setup on the EA here was the same. Everything was bearish, right? But over here on the upper right hand corner, the signal strength was RSI was bullish, stochastics was bullish, stochastics bear was close to the bullish number. So they weren't far off. They were mostly bullish and bearish at the same time. RSI was bullish, and then what happened with market yesterday is after it went bearish, 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 it just punched upwards, right? So we're looking for a sell here. I don't want to take just price action as my final decision, because essentially you can easily take a breakout thinking it's going to go there, and then it just doesn't go. It just stops right here and reverses. Right, so those are the precautions you have to take. There's a strong support resistance here. So it could be ranging in between here to make it look like he wants to additionally go down, which will add more sellers. So this number starts increasing, more sellers are entering the market. Retail traders, right? So if more retail traders are entering sells because of this 30-minute breakout that everyone else is seeing, I'm not sure anymore, because then it can go up, right? It can do a fake out and go up and stop them out. Okay, so as you can see, this has been moving down, and this is moving down with momentum. If it breaks this trend line here, maybe it will. Maybe we can do a test. Well, there's a support resistance right here as well, a weekly open. Let me look at that. Right, this is last week's open price. The remainder is holding that point of control area. right? Because 30-minute has entered a support resistance zone, which I'm going to show you in a second. Um, all right. All right, so you see here 30-minute came down. It's still above the point of control. There is a support resistance right here with this consolidation here. There's a small consolidation here. And there's a test, a break and a test of that zone, right? So now it's testing this zone here. It has the point of control and it has last week's, let me see here, weekly. Right, so it has last week's open price. I'm going to make that orange. Right, as a matter of fact, let me add these in here. So, because the EA has all these lines that it's using currently. Right, so this way we can have a visual of what's happening on the 5-minute. See, so market is navigating this cluster of support resistance. So it has a lot of support resistances that are actually key that market is navigating right now. So expecting a runner out of here is unlikely, right? You need market to have clearance like this to have runners, or clearance like this to have runners. Hence, market has been making nice new highs and running away because of the clearance. There's nothing stopping it, right? So could it be a breakthrough test? That's what it's looking like, but there's too many support resistances for me wanting to trade this, right? Because we still have 8 o'clock volume coming in, we still have 8:30 volume coming in, 9:30 volume coming in. So all those are big half-hour bars. That's gonna be coming. So there's no need to rush and try to take this breakout. The ATR, we have 116 more. So far, market has moved. Let me go back to the charts here real quick. All right, so far market moved high to low, 186 pips. Okay, it has roughly 160 more pips to go from the lowest point, right? So from the lowest point would be here. 116 is roughly here. So this is the zone that market possibly can come to, right? Which is actually 296 pips or 265 pips roughly in this region. But there's a lot of support resistances here, so no breakout should be taken over here. The upside move is going to be from here, right? Now let's see the highest of the day. So the highest of the day is current market. If we do 116 pips here, not 60. Let me double check that. 116. So 116 pips is going to be just above this previous high, right? So just above this previous high, what do we have there? right? So currently we have a stop loss cluster at this point here on the 1 minute chart, 77 pips up high. So everyone that's been selling moved their stop losses over here at the moment, right? Which is this stop loss cluster. Let me refresh this chart to see what happened. Right, so there's a lot of traders up here now in the moment. This stop loss cluster dropped a little bit lower, right? As you can see, it was up here before, now it's down here, right? So market may want to do a double spike. You might want to spike up and spike down because it's very close to each other, right? The EMA under 200 is flat right now, so that implies a range along with a spike coming. So that this is the reason it's going to spike both sides out, right? Because we have trades up there, we have liquidity here, and we have liquidity at the bottom here as well. That is not populating yet, right? So until this one gets hit, and this one will populate. So we have liquidity at 123 pips away. So if it comes, knocks this out, or goes knocks this one out, then come down, then we have a down move. If it comes knocks this one out, then goes up, we might have an up move. Right, but the 200 EMA is flat, so that means we're going to be in a ranging market for now until maybe 8 o'clock. Let's see here, 5 minutes as well. So when you squeeze your chart like this on the 5 minute chart, you see how the EMAs are looking completely flatlining almost to the horizontal lines. So when market is like this, I mean, normally I wouldn't trade it, of course, but it's very dangerous to trade. It becomes very choppy. It's a scalp market, right? So it's for scalpers that can just jump in, take a few pips, and get back out. When it's like angled, so I try to pay attention to the angled EMAs on the 5 minute, 1 minute charts. If it's flatlining, I'm not interested. If it's angled, then I'm interested, because then you can sort of take trades like these, right? Um, Rarita, buy or sell is not a buy or a sell. It is both. So right now, I don't have a bias. Okay, my bias is double-sided at the moment. It can go up or it can go down. Now, as far as liquidity levels here, um, Connor, are you talking about these liquidity levels here? The percentage numbers that I have there? So this actually, if it's a order book indicator, I don't mind sharing this information with you. Let me just pull that up real quick. So that's the indicator that's used. You can click on that and look into it. It's a paid indicator that uses order book information in order to create a stop loss cluster, right? So they use several broker to create losses, could or could not be, right? So this way we can sort of have a understanding of where momentum is, or at least where price might want to whipsaw to. Okay. Price is looking like he wants to go down to this 2.7%. Sellers are increasing their positions, of course, because more sellers are entering the market. That liquidity up there is getting bigger. It's 4.89 now. And this one here is also getting bigger because buyers are trying to buy this for some reason. Well, not for some reason. As you can see on the 5-minute chart, it's pretty much going up, making a low into support resistance here on the left side. So buyers are going to buy it, right? So if you look at the price action here on 5-minute chart, we have support resistance on the left side here. It went up, retested the area, went up, now came back into the same zone, which is your 200 EMA. So but there's a lot of buyers buying the 200 EMA at the moment as well to continue upwards. But the liquidity that they're providing is going to be down here. I mean, it could be a quick sell scalp for now. So this could be actually a quick scalp here to this point, which is 29 pips. Right, so you put a sell stop probably underneath here. I'm just gonna do a test trade, and then I'll open up the this over here. Now, when I'm scalping, I get out really fast, so I get out at like break even or micro losses. Unless market's ready to run away, then market's not ready to run away for sure. Market has been ranging, so there's no running away. There is always going to be, I'm coming back against that trade that you just put. It's going to run away around maybe 10 o'clock, sometimes a new 4-hour bar. Those are runaway markets. So let me take a look at all these other charts here. Gold Aussie's been running down, which means it needs to come back up to the 200 EMA at some point soon, right? So we will be looking forward to that. Gold Euro just dropped down, straight down there. Silver USD is still riding a flat EMA. So as you can see, Silver USD is not ready to do anything yet. It's flattening out. Silver Euro still flat. Silver Aussie still flat. Right. So when these markets are all flat, this one is bullish at the moment as well. Right. So when these markets are all flat, then the possible trades that we're wanting to break out on, they're not gonna move because they need the metal, the silver and gold I've seen. When all of them are moving, it's gonna move. So I'm gonna cancel that sell stop. Right. So unless these guys, these silvers are in the same direction, then there's no point entering a sell stop. Right. So as you can see, all the golds were running down swiftly, and it went back up. Right. It went back up because silvers are not ready to go. Right. So we have to be able to flip through our charts, our silver charts and our gold charts often to give us a reminder of what's happening, because you don't want to sit there thinking, okay, it's gonna go, it's gonna go, it's gonna go, and then it's going against you the whole time, right? Of course, 8 pips against you at a high lot is a lot. It hurts, right? But we know it's gonna come here. It's just that I'd rather trade with momentum, where I enter my trade and it goes away. So you can often actually quickly just flip through the charts to see what's going on. So silver is coming on with the strong bearish bar there, and there. You see that strong bearish bar is coming straight down? If it closes strong bearish on the 1 minute chart, then the likelihood of it coming down a little bit more, which fuels the gold at the same time, they're all gonna move in the same direction for the time being. Right, so if you wanted to enter a scalp, you could enter a scalp. Let's test it out. I'm gonna put a stop loss right there, like a 10 pip stop loss, 13 pip stop loss, and the target should be at this location here. Especially it just did a retest here. It crossed back to the downside. Let's see what's gonna go. Micro losses usually adds up to big losses. So this here, this 4.89% is at let me just double check that for you. So this it was 4.89, now it's 4.63. So sellers are exiting their position as well. The price is 26.57.49. 26.57.49. 26.56. I take that back, 26.56. Now, keep in mind, this updates, right? So this sort of moves down as well with price because people are moving the stop losses down. In this particular case, you can just pump in. I would normally just pump in some trades up to this point here, this small point. All right, and I'd move this to break even, or at least 1 pip stop loss. Maybe not break even, just right below this zone right here. Because if it wants to come back, the next bar is going to come back to this area. Well, this is a micro trade. It's just a 20 pip trade, right? I mean, you can see the trade right there. It's a sell, and the stop loss was 10 pips away. And then as it came down, I moved the stop loss. Oh, the low block, the price of the low block here, the 2.71%. The 2.71% was at 26.47, which is where price is at right now. Right, so it came down 20 pips from where I entered that sell. But because of the factor that more sellers are entering now, this number may want to grow a little bit more to the upside. Let's refresh that. So 4.63%, more sellers are entering now. Now let's go to the 5-minute chart here. It's going down. Did anyone else take a sell? Did anyone else take sells? Just remember, it has to pull back to that 200 EMA, especially the fact that it ran away from it like that. Let me skip through the charts real quick so you can see what causes a pullback. Right, so silver punched 90 degrees down, right? So where is silver going is the question. Probably right here. Keep in mind, if market is punching 90 degrees down, just straight down, it's going to come back. Okay. You have a weekly over here on silver, 4 weeks ago high. So you have a support right here. This one here. I don't know where this one is going. It's possibly going right down to this support resistance right here. All right, so if this silver is coming here, it's almost at this point, right? We have support resistance right here. So it might be coming to this point to go back. XAG USD, same scenario. There is support resistance right here, right? Which is 4 more pips to go, right? XAU Euro. Where is this coming to? So just coming into these lows here that it rejected from. Remember, this is rejecting from, right? Even if it bypasses a little bit, but that's where your support resistance is on Euro. Aussie is already starting to do a minor pullback over there, so that means gold is going to be ready to do the same thing. Except as you can see, Aussie does it more swiftly. Wait, wrong one. This one here, as you can see, Aussie does it with bigger bars. Right, so that means there's momentum in this, and so therefore that momentum will increase here. And it likes to take out the stop losses and go again, because what's going to happen is a lot of retail traders going to be like, okay, I bought, it hit my stop loss, maybe I should re-enter again because look, it's going back up now, maybe this is the low, right? And then what it does, it would essentially go up a little bit, range until it stops them all out because they keep entering sells. I mean, keep entering buys. I need to get this Bollinger Band out of here. All right, 4.63 still. 4.63 is a big number. It usually takes those numbers out. Guys, just like how you have confidence, you can be scared of entering the market. I'm no different. Okay. You can be the best professional trader out there. You can be the best professional trader out there and you'll still be scared to enter some trades. Well, RSI on the EA as of right now is still bullish, because the RSI on the EA is not just your regular RSI. It's calculating multi-time frames at the moment. So it's checking a lot of details in the background in every single time frame in order to come up with this data. So as you can see, it's still saying it's bullish. Stochastic is still saying it's bullish. Also, stochastic is not based on a single time frame. It's based on all the time frames that MT5 offers. and it recalculates the data to tell me, okay, market is still bullish or not, or if maybe it's a divergence. You see, it just increased to 17 from 16. So maybe it might want to spike. Let me go grab some coffee. I'll be right back. There's a new percentage opened up down here. Stop loss cluster. So you can expect a pullback because buyers are gonna be like, okay, it's gonna go up. It might go up. 90 more pips down. We will pay attention to this number up here. You see, as it stopped out, these guys on the bottom, these guys on the top, the sellers, are closing their trades. So this number gets smaller, right? So sometimes what happens is as the market moves lower, this stop loss gets smaller because people are taking profits and closing their trades, right? So we can pay attention to that as well. We want to understand how people are closing the trades, why they're closing their trades. If this is a take profit zone for sellers, then most sellers already assume that it's not gonna go further down. That's why they put a take profit there. And a selling take profit is buying liquidity, right? So that's why it rejects to the upside because sellers are taking profits. All right, so you see the red arrows are still going because of the fact that all the other charts are still considered bearish in the moment. Let's flip through this and see. So you see, this is considered bearish in the moment, right? Still bearish in the moment. Right, it did a break retest over here. Oh man, what happened? Okay. Um, okay, I did a break retest here. Remember, this is still flat, so break retest doesn't mean break retest sometimes. Kind of like here. See, flat, break, acted like a retest, and it went right through. XAG Aussie, still very, very flat. EMA. So break retest does not mean break retest. It can mean just chop, 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 chop this zone. Is Greg here? Everyone's looking for Greg. Greg is the one making the money over here. I hope you guys didn't hold a sell, Mike. I hope you didn't. You're not holding a sell. You get out and you wait for the pullback, and then you enter the sell again if you have to. Oh, okay. So, Mike, just pay attention that if market is hitting these type of clusters, and I don't know if you're gonna. I mean, you're trading with me every day anyway, so this information is available to you. So you don't have to get the paid indicator because it's gonna be here every day. Um, if it whenever it hits these areas, it's buy liquidity sitting here, right? And it's a large. It's 2% of it's 2% average of retail traders. So you're talking a big chunk of buys, right? There's a lot of money sitting here that's gonna get hit, run into, and it's gonna want to pull back on it. Sometimes it pulls back very small and goes, but when market is volatile, like extremely volatile, and it just drops one big bar and then closes, and then one more big bar right through it, only then it actually continues down. Until then, if it's just nicely coming down like this and it stops on it, gives a bullish bar, you have to get out. Okay? For next time, at least. For next time. So that's the way you have to think about it. If market is slowly coming down in a liquidity zone, it's gonna reject from it. But if it's coming crashing into it, the probability of it crashing further down it becomes likely, especially if there's a lot of lows on the left side. So let's see if there was a lot of lows on the left side or not. Um, you see, there was a lot of lows here, so market sort of came straight down to it, straight down through it. But for this particular section here, where it just hit, this was the low of all the lows, right? So this is where people started entering. Retail traders started entering above the 200, started buying, and holding their stop loss, thinking it's gonna retest and go again. And there's the same thing with sellers. They're thinking it's gonna sell here, retest, and go again. Which it could. It could come all the way down here now. But I would want that 200 EMA to be fully tested. Right, so we can draw a sharp trend line here to see how it pans out. Let's keep an eye on okay, too much chart opened up. Hold on. let's keep an eye on the 5-minute chart here. So you see, keep in mind, 5-minute is flat, right? This is considered flat to me. So because this is considered flat, you're gonna have market that chops, okay, and give you surprise moves. So this will increases your chances of losing, right? But if market is in an angle like this, it decreases your chances of losing and holding a buy trade, right? So even if you took a buy trade over here, thinking it's gonna go up, at least it's gonna go up, right? The probability is still present. Over here, the probability is not present at all. Because there's no fanning out of any EMAs. These two are not fanned out. They're like stitched together at the moment over here. So all the EMAs are stitched together, and the positive thing about this area here is that orders are being taken, both buys and sells. They're all getting stopped out. Both buys and sells are getting stopped out. And once this happens and it starts fanning out nicely to a single direction, such as, like, for example, I'll show you an example, and I've seen this happen many, many times. You see how flat this was here, and then once it starts fanning out nicely, like the news came, pushed it down, and it went the rest of the time, right? So this is a good thing. So far, it's flat, so all we have to do is wait for any major news. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow is when it's gonna happen, and then we see, right? Maybe it might not happen today, but we can at least take some scalps in the process. So up here, this information is at 4.43. It decreased, and over here is 2.32. Right. Now we start selling here, then we might be able to take a scalp trade again. If it starts selling here, only if it gives the red arrows, then I'll try to take a scalp trade again. This way, because I want to make sure the other currencies are moving in the same direction at the same time. Okay, so as you can see, MACD is bearish across all the silver pairs and the dollar pairs. From a bar by bar perspective, it's bullish, and the EMAs are 83% bearish. So once it flips with the red arrow again, maybe we can scalp again. News in 15 minutes. What news is coming out again? That's the cat news, right? Oh, Empire State Manufacturing Index. It's been positive past 2 months. So if news is coming out in 15 minutes, and this is 4%, why would they want to give that 4% of sellers profit? Especially 100 pip more profit, right? So they would essentially, if they took the trades around this area or this area even, well, when we came this morning, this percentage was very high. It was already at 4%. So that means these traders actually entered from the top over here as it was coming down. So these traders entered here, they'll be essentially taking profit at 150 pips, right? If they're left in the market. But we know that they don't like to leave us in the market. They like to take us out. So it sort of adds to your probability of it spiking and whipsawing and before it goes in your general direction. So if CAD CPI comes out good, then it would be essentially good for oil, good for CAD, bad for dollar, but good for gold as well because gold moves with oil a little bit better. Well, it has some correlation with oil, and it has negative correlation with dollar, so it should do probably break even, which is a whipsaw. Actually, no matter how it comes out for CAD, if it comes bad for CAD, it's good for dollar. Oh, if it comes out bad for CAD, then it's a sell. But if it comes out good for CAD, it's a whipsaw. I've actually never go into depth in oil to truly understand the correlation, to identify the micro difference, or at least the big difference, or if there's a big difference or micro difference. Similar to what I'm doing with all the other currencies. So that's going to be an investigation that I want to take part in. You see the EA is flipping bullish. This RSI was 12 this whole entire time, right? So the RSI has been bullish the whole time that this has been coming down, right? Stochastic has been bullish the whole time this has been coming down. And remember what I said earlier, that if these are bullish, this can come down and go up, right? Which is what it's doing, right? So unless this is bearish and all this is bearish all at the same time, only then this will continuously come down. Until then, the probability of no, no man at the gas station. All right, so something gave a buy a second ago. That was a buy sound. So 5-minute gave a buy signal. The volume is bullish still, even though it came down. It's 5 minutes. 5 minutes has been going up this whole time like this. Doesn't look like it, but it's going. So someone said oil was pumping, and as you can see, gold has been pumping. So that's a good, interesting observation, Mike. I'm gonna actually look into that more in depth to find the correlation that and help it work with the EA. Maybe add it into the EA if it's ready to be added. This way, we can identify small pumps like this and actually join in on a scalp trade as necessary. All right, so Aussie is back above the 200. Euro is back above the 200. Silver USD is way above the 200. Way above the 200. And way above, not way above. This one is not way above. This one is just hovering right there. So you can see that the silver market pushed farther up already, and the gold were just following suit slowly, but from a lower point. So what I want is 1 minute to break, retest. Oh, look at that. It's coming back. It's coming to this point already. That was fast. While I was yapping, this was going. Let me see here. So the indicator on the left side, as you can see, the bar by bar has been bullish. Gold EA is overall bullish. USD is bullish, and gold is bullish, right? So when I see these type of things happen, I know for a fact it's going to be a range day or whipsaw day. But I've seen this whipsaw too many times already. Now as for this lower section of the EA, bar by bar, dollar is bear, EMA is 67% bear, and MACD is 78% bear. Versus gold is bullish, MACD bullish, EMA, and bullish bar by bar. So you see, the bar by bar and EMA MACD are opposite of each other here. So when this upper group and this lower group are opposite of each other, then you're gonna sort of start having movements like this, right? I mean, this could be a scalp trade as well. 28 pips, 20 pips, well, 15 pips now. Because it's gonna go up into this zone here and then stop. Because it has to take those out. What number is that? I'm gonna put like a micro stop loss. I don't like big stop losses. Now, today I'm not trading 20% because of the range. I'm just trading to scalp with you guys. And the good thing is, and you guys should try this. So whenever I would lose confidence, this is how you would trade. You would trade 0.01 and make sure your trades are working out. And then over time, then you can start going in and say, hey, you know what? I can become a pumper again and start pumping in your trades again with high lots. Right, but this is the way I work on rebuilding my confidence whenever I lose it, and I lose it once in a while. Right. And lately, I've been reading that book that you recommended, The Biggest Loser Wins. So it actually pretty good, actually, pretty good book, very entertaining book so far. I have the audio version of it. So now, what I'm worried about here is this actually doing a pullback all the way up to this point, which is where my stop loss is, and then going. Which is what it's doing, right? Now I'm not gonna pull away my stop loss. I'd rather take a small loss. Now it's giving the blue arrow where it implies that everyone is in the market at the same time. I'll just put my stop loss a few pips out at the 20 EMA. So this is a 20 EMA here, and this white line is actually a 1 EMA. So if I did this, you see I have a 1 EMA here following price along to represent a line chart. So it's a 1 median EMA. So this way, whenever it crosses, at least I can see that the middle bars are above. The middle of the bodies of the bars are above. Middle of the body of the bars are down. So therefore, it sort of helps. Maybe I should leave it like this. Actually, I've been wanting to leaving it like that because it becomes easy to read and easy to see. Because my chart is already so busy, you know. But sometimes you just want to see these bars go bullish and bearish. It's a small buy. It's only gonna go right there. Yeah, I said I was gonna take a micro buy in this area because it's gonna go to that location. And I did say that if you want to take a buy, you could. You know what? I'm not even supposed to say that. Um, I'm gonna have to delete some of my streams where I said that, or at least go in and edit all those streams. But I said I was gonna take a buy here because I think it's gonna go to that point now. I mean, I wish I could take it from. I took it from here, but that's just wishful thinking. Too late now. So you see, it came to this area here to the point. So this should have been closed already, which my take profit was right there. It was too far up. It was up there. It was only a 10 pip scalp, right? I was trying to move my stop loss up a little bit, my take profit up a little bit. So this was a 18 pip scalp, right? So as you can see, I proved today that these clusters actually works, and they work when we read the EA around them, because sometimes, like I said, this would continuously push down, but because the RSI kept saying bullish while the indicator and price action kept saying bearish, um, the signal strength was identifying a bullish direction as it's coming down, nice and strong here. So that told us that the probability of it going back up is there. Now with this percentage here, it helped to verify that if it's gonna start going up, then you know, I'm also, because I even recently did some updates on this EA. So this EA is growing continuously. I'm seeing little new things here and there, and I'm adding them in, right, to the EA and the performance of the EA. So over time, the EA should become even better at trading. But it's so far that it helps us to understand that pullbacks has to come in, whipsaw might happen, right? Stuff like that. All right, let's flip through the charts again. So gold Aussie flipped bullish. I'm expecting a retest of this 200. Even if it goes up higher, it's still gonna retest it. So during that retest, this EMA is gonna actually start angling up if it's an uptrend. But like I said at the starting of the day, that I don't believe it's gonna be a trending day. It's gonna be a choppy day. But at least it gives moves like this, straight down, straight up, and maybe hopefully straight down again. It's at support at the moment on Euro, so it's gonna stall there a little bit. On Silver USD, it broke support. It broke weekly open, I believe, right, and went up. So this is at support as well. On the silver, euro is at support. I mean resistance. But you get what I mean. Same thing over here. This went to 61% of this move here. Right? Well, more than 61%. Almost. But it's a range, so 61% doesn't count in a range. It just pulled back the resistance. See, once the arrow started coming, I entered my trade just before this arrow here, like 3 bars prior at the signal location. So I might enter my trade on the signal location here, and it went there. It's still there, right? Um, Let me zoom that in so you see what I'm talking about. See, the signal came here, and I took a trade here at the open of that bar. Then it went down against me and came back up, and then went sideways, then up, right? For 18 pips. But after the signal, it boosted my confidence once I saw that, there was a cluster there that needed to be taken out. And we had these big blue arrow indicating that all the other chart was bullish. Now, sometimes it does pull back with these arrow in it, with these strong bullish arrows. It pulls back until it disappears, right? And it disappears once once the one EMA is below the one median EMA is below the 20 EMA. It stops giving the arrows, implying that it's no longer bullish for now. Very nice, Greg. Very, very nice, actually. Let's see here what's happening. Let's see what happened to the chart that I drew up this morning. If it panned out. So 30-minute broke out of this zone here, right? Closed below, went back in, and then came down, and went to this zone here. Then it rejected, closed above the previous, and oh, this was a nice buy here. We need to come back to our 30-minute chart more often. It's at this support resistance here as well. I mean, it's at weekly open closes or opens. It's weekly open. Yeah, it's at weekly close and open price. The question is, does it want to go completely bullish? It already made a big long wick as well. Right? Actually, not a big long wick. It did a wick here, which is a long one. Made a higher low wick. But today is Tuesday, so it should move today. Usually on Tuesdays, market like to run away. But I guess the same thing with last 2 weeks, right? Tuesdays and Thursdays did not move the market. They just sort of made big long wicks and came back in. All right, so let's go back to the EA here. They're entertained there. No percentage today. I just did like maybe 1% today. Um, because it's a whipsaw day, you don't want to be pumping in lot size, especially in a range day. The level devil strikes again, indeed. It came right back where we started this morning. Where did you short, Lindley? You shorted at the when it started coming down, or are you shorting now? I mean, these stop loss cluster. Oh, okay, very nice. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Just be aware you're shorting against dollar going bear currently, right? And gold going bull currently. So You never know when this wants to run back up to this other 4.46%. It's gonna happen. There's a new level there where everyone's shorted along with you, and they put their stop loss right there above the weekly open close, as they believe you might not cross above, so they shorted along in this area with you. So everyone has their same stop loss there, which I think is gonna go hit now. Just be careful. I don't want to trade this zone because it's too, there's strong support resistances in there. Now anything above this you can leverage up. Anything below this you can leverage down. Right? With proper price action, of course. If it permits it. If for example if this EMA were already angled and it was coming below this zone, then yeah, you can short it nice and large. Take a big move out of it. Right? Of course, we have 10 o'clock bar coming, the 10 o'clock 4-hour bar coming. And I think that's the one that's going to be moving the market next. It might even come down lower up to the 200 and then continue straight up. But this level will get taken out. I know, Lenny, you normally just scalp those, so you should be fine. Oh, you're out already. $20 pips more or less. Ah, nice. All right, so let's see what the future holds for us here. Let's go back to the price action chart and see what we can figure out. From the EMA 50, silver is going down. So silver is going down at the moment. We can't long gold, right? No, silver is not going down. Silver is still oh no, I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing. Yeah, it's still whipsawy though. It's like it's so shitty in here. It's kind of this day. It's kind of like this area. It's kind of like this area right now. Right? It's trading like an Asian session, but more aggressive. So this is down here. Let's see what the others are doing. You see silver Aussie? What's happening is that this line is 1 minute 200 EMA. It's so flat, it's almost identical to a horizontal line. Even though the moves were fairly big. Well, actually, no, I take it back. They're not really big, they're very small. This is 5-minute chart. Let's go to 1 minute. Right? Even then, look, the moves are swift, but it's only 20 pips. And this is angling to the upside like this, in a way, right? So I'm not gonna trust the sells that's coming in 100% either. I'm gonna wait for it to actually arch around and actually look sell in order to take sell. Gold Aussie is still bullish. As you can see, it went up. It tested the 200. Like I said earlier, because it likes to test the 200. 20 EMA is flat at the moment, right? So any of the famous EMAs, when they're usually flat, it's going to range in those areas. So let's see how long this range lasts for. So volume is still bullish here on the 5-minute gold. Right, the EMA is still flat. So the EMA is still flat on the 5-minute chart here. See that? So it's still not a beautiful day. It's still not a trending day. And even if it trends away, I don't care. At least I rather it start a trend today so I can join the trend tomorrow. You know. But if it starts a trend today, like I said, it really doesn't matter because you want the trend to already start and then start looking for nice longer running trades versus trying to catching the starting point of a trend. And you just screw yourself over 10 times before you get that one chance. What? No. All right, so nothing is happening at the moment though. So let's go back and take a look at the price action, see if we can figure anything else out. I look for fair value gaps, but on higher time frames, 4 hours, but not quite often actually. I'll be honest with you, not quite often, unless they're very very visible. I mean, I'll just trade the every day, even if the trend is up. I'm still gonna look for, is it going bullish or is it going bearish type of mindset, right? Because once in a while I'll switch over to, oh, it's bullish today, and then it goes bearish. If I say it's bearish today, it's gonna go bullish. So I'm like, okay, screw that. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm just gonna focus on, is it a buy or a sell from this point now? And if it's a whipsaw, then it's gonna take both directions. But if it's a uptrend, then we're gonna say, okay, is it a sell from this point down to go up, right? And if it sells and it starts going up, then it's sort of, you have your trend restarting and you get to go buy again. So it's about figuring out where the market is and where it might want to go, what it might do, and then waiting for those to play out in real time in front of us, while we have this EA is supporting our whipsaw here. This was implying whipsaw market. This was implying bearish market this morning. Now it's implying bullish market. And let me look at this on the big screen. Okay, so let's see. So as you can see, USD flipped bearish, gold flipped bullish, but I would like to see these over 70%, right? Over 70%, 75%, 80% or higher is what I'm looking for, right? Same thing with this. This one for the USD, I'm looking for at least 70 plus, right? 71 plus is what I'm looking for. And then once USD is bear, more than 70%, and gold is bull, more than 70%, we will more than likely see a trend forming, trend starting, right? And RSI is 13 or higher, and stochastic is much higher. Stochastic bear has to be much lower for it to actually push up harder. So when you see all the sells and bears number are very, very, very low, like 1, 2, or 0, market is going to keep running nonstop. Not nonstop, but you know what I mean, at least for 100, 200 pips. All right, so it's testing this 5 minutes is testing the 200 once again. We have a target building up there. Look at that. 19 pips it drops from this point. 16 pips. I took a scalp here, Angelina. Right here to here.
Mm-hmm.
I took a scalp from here to here.
Oh.
So you see when the red arrows come in, it implies that all the other charts are down.
Mm.
And so you can take a small risk to these targets.
Okay.
Right? Same thing up here. So I got a signal here. Market was already moving so far away. And then I ended up taking a scalp here because the signal came and there was a target right here. One of these targets. So because it was so close to the target, the probability of it having to hit it becomes almost 100%. Right? So now you see I have, okay, X amount of pips more to go. I can possibly take a scalp and hold it. Same thing down here. You see when the red arrows are happening, it means all the charts are going bearish, right? Let me see if they're asking any questions. Lindley, if look at that move. $26.37. Let's check out $26.37. Well, we have a 26.39 target that it could come down to. Look at this move. Jeez. Market's still so choppy though, it's like crazy. I mean, it's making nice clean moves, but still it's like very, I don't like the fact that it's just going up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like if you take a buy, it's gonna stop you out. If you take a sell, it's gonna stop you out.
Oh yeah, it's not in a clear trend right now.
No, it's not
So
in a clear trend.
Everything's like close. together.
That's the 30-minute chart, right?
Yeah, and that's the 5 minute. 5 minutes is just.
Oh, so you know what? Let me do that. Let me flip to 30 minutes here. So on 30-minute,
It's consolidating.
we are still bullish here, right? Look at this 30-minute bars. It's ridiculous. Bear, bull, bear, right?
The only thing you can do today is kind of scalp.
Yeah, it's a scalping day. It's not like a trending trading day. Unless the next 4-hour bar comes out and starts trending down. Well, maybe we might get another half-hour bar over here. If this one closed lower, then we might get another half-hour bar open up and come here. Before it goes up.
Oh, look at that. It came up to mom's line over here. Or is this the line you're talking about, or is it this one?
How long until 30 minutes to close?
3 minutes. Yeah.
Let's leave it here to see where the 30-minute closes. So USD is bull right now. Bull, bull, and not so bull. Over here, the gold is very, very bearish at the moment. The EMAs are 100% bearish. The bar by bar, 83%. And the gold EA bear is 73% bearish. $30 more pips to finish the daily's ATR. Let's see where this closes. 2 more minutes. That's been a long 1 minute.
Oh yeah, didn't you guys say that it could come down? Like maybe down here.
If they push it down to 26.45, break, then recon 26.37. It's the cards. You reading the cards over here, huh, Lily? All right, let's see. Let's see the cards here.
Oh, I'm not whispering. I'm just, I don't know.
It's very loud whispering.
I'm not trying to whisper.
That's Angie. Angie's loudly whispering over here.
No, I'm not trying to whisper. Obviously, I know they can hear me. Listen. If I was actually whispering, none of you would be able to hear me. Okay, I'd be nothing but a little tiny fly. Stop laughing.
That's funny, Angie. Okay, 30 minutes just dancing over there. 26.45. Where is 26.45? Let me see 26.45. Okay, if they push it down to 26.45. Yeah, makes sense. Because then it'll close below this support. We have nice clean traffic here. It might come take this out while sellers are thinking, okay, we're in a major big sell. Let's enter more sells because it's gonna keep breaking. It's gonna possibly break down here and then go all the way back up there. Let's see, this thing open punched up, but let's see how long it punches up for. You see the 20 EMA is flat here on the 30-minute chart, and you see what the 30-minute chart is doing on it. It's the same principle here, right? 20 minute was flat, 20 EMA was flat, and look what it did. It just in Asia session, right? It just kept chopping back and forth. Same thing over here. When it's flat, it just keeps cutting back and forth until it breaks out completely.
I mean, it could go up here. This area doesn't go forward.
Right, so until it breaks out of the zone where it was flatlining at, this area. So you were to draw support resistance in this zone, you would wait for a breakout and then sell, right? So it's the same principle here, except that this zone is 80 pips. An 80 pips zone are not easy to break out, right? Because when they break out, you miss the trade. But when the zones are very small like these, like 25, 30 pip stops, when it breaks out, like for example, this was a breakout, it would be a nice clean move, right? So I've experienced the 80 pip ranges where I tried waiting for a breakout like this. You wait for a breakout and you don't catch it because the breakout is just too big. It just doesn't break, it just runs. This target that was previously down here got moved up to right here. right, so now what's gonna happen is it's gonna get taken out. All these stop losses are gonna get taken out. And then it might refresh to come back down here. Let's see. It would be nice if this 30-minute bar closes small bearish. Like that. So the next one can run down. And we can get into the other one. Alright. What's happening here? Let's go back to 1 minute chart and see. One minute did a pullback on the 20 EMA and continued down. I'm not sure I want to take a sell here because of it taking this liquidity zone.
If it sells, I might only go down 40 pips.
40 pips is that.
I don't know. I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, that's true. I'm like only 40 pips. I gotta verify that everywhere. So.
You see how this 200 is staying above the 300, Angie?
Mm-hmm.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is what's causing the market not to push down fast and hard all the way down.
Oh.
That's what's causing that range. On the 30-minute bar, you see they're coming one green, one red, one green, one red.
Yeah.
It's because this 200 is above the 300 and it's not flipping down.
Oh.
Because there's not enough momentum to shift it over. Or not so much momentum, but the market is not slowly crossing. It's just like chopping it
Yeah.
too aggressively.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 4.61, so a little bit more sellers entered the market here.
Oh, I might actually go up to fill in this.
I remember
gap that-
previously when I just got these, started using these about a year ago, it would switch to 3% and then market would be flying towards it. Right? 3% used to be the low number. Now it's 4% apparently. I mean, 3% used to be the max number. And 2% used to be the low number. But now it's like 4.6% is a lot. There's a lot of sellers are gonna get wiped out of the market.
Yeah, could go up here.
Unless it comes to the 200 EMA now and we see this number starts decreasing. I need more coffee. I'm so sleepy right now. Is anyone else in any trade at the moment? Angie's starting up
No,
a
no,
broker
no, no,
over
no.
here.
Listen. No.
She's
listen.
getting ready to take some
No,
trades
no.
over here.
Wait. Listen. I'm not taking any. I'm just opening it just in case I turn sure of the ways that's gonna go, because I have two possibilities of where it could end up going. I'm just, you know, opening up the playing field.
You shorting Bitcoin? Oh. Mike, that's the way to go. It's testing your trades out with micros to then verify if it's gonna actually run or not. Because sometimes it just takes forever to run, and if you put in a big lot size, then it's gonna take forever for you to get nothing out of it. But it's good. That's a good way to go. I should put in a short test here as well, because as you can see, 1 minute little triangle here, like um, an extension triangle opening up. So usually at the end of a triangle, what happens is market is supposed to start moving either up or down. All right, so that means this little series of a range here is now completed. Well, it was more of a wedge, not a triangle, but yeah, it's a triangular wedge. So let's see here. So if it's just this, right, and then this, and it essentially has to break this to go up or break this to go down, which is going to break it to go down because of this target right here. You have another target over here that once this gets taken out, it's going to probably refresh to this one. This RSI and stochastic is still saying it's bullish. So I've traded against these before, and it whips out completely. So that's why I'm hesitant. But dollar is right now bearish on the bar by bar analysis, bearish on the EMA, and bearish on the MACD. So dollar is bearish. That supports strength on the gold side for bullish market, right? Gold bar by bar analysis is saying that it's 83% bullish. So there's more bull bars happening in the moment. It's very mixed up data here. Actually, they're not firmly bearish or firmly bullish. So for me, if the data is not firm bear or bull, then I'm not going to trade it. It has to be firmly towards one side. Remember, these red arrows are only the correlated EMAs on all the charts, right? So right now we can see that all the charts physically are moving downwards. That's the whole idea of this to see all the other charts moving physically down or up. That's the red arrow and the big blue arrows. So Mike's test short is moving in his favor, which is good.
I actually do want to enter a sell. I'm just scared that.
Okay, let me refresh this to see what's going on here. It hasn't completely taken out this percentages yet. It needs to update. Once it updates, it's gonna let us know if it's taking it out fully or it's gonna update to a lower number. Because maybe buyers are gonna re-enter the market right here. They're like, okay, it just can't stop me out, but I'm gonna re-enter. If it starts going up. So if it does a bullish bar, it means buyers are starting to re-enter. All right, so maybe I can put a test trade underneath here to see if it breaks out to the downside. Now that it has broken and retested this area, it retested the EMA as well. I can possibly put a pending sell order there. It's a micro test trade. Can you see it did a pivot here? A higher low on the left, lower low in the center, higher low on the right. So it's a pivot point to move back upwards. But if it doesn't, at least it's gonna crash down and make your lower low and not come back. I remember I used to do a strategy where every time it would test the EMA, this 20 EMA here, I would sell the 20 EMA every time market came and tested it like this. So as soon as it came towards it, I would sell, and it would come. Then it comes and test it, I would sell, it would come. Then I would sell, get stopped out. The downside of that strategy was that when the 20 EMA was flat, every single trade would lose. Which all strategies has their ups and downs, right? It's just a matter of understanding the downs and understanding the ups and using them appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna delete that position here. I cancel.
Mm-hmm.
It might want to come back to the 200 like it's supposed to over here.
Mm.
See, this weekly, last week's open was holding the price back down after it broke it. It was retesting last week's open. What number is the cluster? So the cluster just got hit right here, right? This was the cluster where all that buys were, which is 2647, 2646 is where the cluster was. It hasn't updated yet. Let me see if it's gonna get updated. It updates every 20 minutes, so we'll know if this has actually been hit fully or not in the next 10 minutes or so. Next 3 minutes, 4 minutes. This right now is 4.61 on the upside here. Because last was it 4 hour? What bar is that? 1 hour. Previous 1 hour bar was a big giant wick, so it just came up and came back down, right?
Yeah. I was afraid that I might want to fill it up by going.
So sellers sort of pushed this down instantly as soon as they got hit, which was a sell stop loss, which would be been equal to buy trades. So it came down here, rejected on the 1 hour. 1 hour closed. Now the new 1 hour open and it's going up. That new 1 hour open around here somewhere. 60 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Oh. me.
I know. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a thing on there. The it turns on both at the same time.
Turn it on both at the same time. Is that a good idea? But
Yeah.
not when it's cold. When it gets a little cold, you know.
Yeah, I'll remove that.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't make it cold over here.
What's going on here? Hi. There we go. This thing's giving a sell trade on the 1 minute chart. Now, a sell trade could be valid if it closes under the 200. I mean the 20.
I'm waiting.
Unless it comes in with one of these red arrows here, then I might enter that sell trade.
Hmm.
So you see this little number that's on here? I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little number that usually shows up there above any signals that comes in. See, it says 7. So that represents 70% of ATR of the day has been finished. This looks like it wants to come down. We have the EMAs here are bearish, but not too bearish. But we can do a little test, play test here. I actually came retested the 200, so usually I'm supposed to take the signals that comes at the 200 area with the stop loss above the 200. Baby's awake.
She's like da 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 da.
Okay, let's see what's happening with the other charts real quick. Five minutes is still bullish on the volume side of things, and as you can see, 5 minute is not very pretty, right? All it's doing is hitting the boundary bands and coming back up and down, right? Because the 200 is flat, so it's just gonna keep the flatlining over there. Gold Aussie is moving towards the 200, is making higher lows, but the 20 is flat right now, so eventually it might come up here. Gold Euro is also moving up towards the 200. Silver has been moving upwards this whole entire time. Right, it's very important to be paying attention to silver. Right, you need them to be in your favor. So we're back to seeing the market as a complete range again, right? So more than likely at 10 o'clock is the next um, trading time, which I won't be here at 10 o'clock. I have to leave at 10. But I'll keep the stream running on my YouTube channel for the VIP members. But are you guys getting a hang of understanding the EA and reading the data on the charts? And do you guys prefer me to leave it on 1 minute, or so you can have the data available and be able to see the stop loss clusters and generally see the information all over? Let me switch back to 1 minute. Like, it depends on your preference, because when you're reading the data here, and here, you have these clusters as well that you're checking on, and the flatness of the EMA. You can look at this on your own chart. Of course, you can look at the EMA flatness on your own chart, the 200 EMAs, and that's pretty much all I use, right? All the data for these remaining charts here are always right here, right? So we can read it really fast without having to snap through all these. If it's 60% bullish, then it's just 60% bullish. It means the others need to join in. All right, so I'll leave it on the 1 minute chart on my streaming for today, and throughout London session, so we can see the information more in detail, right? For scalp purposes, this data here is going to be easier to trade as well. My baby. I don't know if you guys can hear my baby, but she's screaming for data out there. Can you tell her I'm busy?
Yeah.
Tell her I'm working.
I don't. Mommy's there. And she's like, Daddy's busy.
What's that sound there? 5 minutes is giving a buy. See, but it's still so flat though, so everything is like, yeah, it's up. So it's not a tradable market today. It's just a scalping market. But we're just here to see what happens, right? As you can see, market has been bullish volume most of the morning. And the Bollinger Band, so you see the Bollinger Band, how it's flattening out, and it's now opening up a little bit wider. So we might have some volume coming in towards the ending of towards the next 4-hour bar. I'll be right back. Well, give me 1 second. Which location are you streaming from? So I stream from my channel, but it's private. It's gonna be streamed private for the VIP members only. Which is Tomy Gold Signals. Let me just put my channel in the link there real quick. Um, So that's my channel there. You guys can join me. For some of you that haven't joined me as yet, but you can join me there. I do have a private group that I stream to every day. So I try to stream for them every day New York session between 7 and 10. Sometimes I don't get to take a trade because I leave before the trade, just before the trades happen. I still have a day job. But I leave the stream running all day and all night. And once you guys are understanding this EA a little bit more advanced over time, which that is what's going to happen, right? You're going to become more advanced over time at reading the data, understanding a whipsaw day difference, understanding when momentum is really true to the bull side or bear side. So this way you can navigate your own price action a lot easier, right? Because not every day market is gonna trend. It can't trend every day, just like how it can't go up every day or go down every day, right? They have to stop and put orders in at some point. So this is that point. They're putting buy orders in. As you can see, the buy volume has been increasing. And this, where is the stop loss clusters? Let me put this back on 5 minute where it belongs, and this one in 1 minute. So we have stop loss clusters here. As you can see, retail traders are on the sell side, right? So retail traders are bearish at the moment. That's why they're selling. But if you look at the volume on the 5 minute chart, the volume is bullish while retail traders are selling, right? So I don't know if that has some sort of correlation or makes sense, but if the market movers are moving it, are showing tick volume as bullish, then and everyone else is selling, then more than likely they're gonna get stopped out. If not now, it's gonna be the next 4-hour bar, but they're gonna get stopped out. So 5 minutes to the buy there. Let's see how that's working out. There's still a big stop loss cluster down here that needs to be hit. So that's why, hence, back and forth movement is going to be happening quite a bit. Maybe it's going to come down now for a sell into this location. Especially did a low here, lower high there, So you might actually want to just jump down here now for 34 pips. Let's zoom into that, and this 1 minute bar closes below this area. It could be a good scalp to the downside here, up to there. It didn't close down here, so it's not a scalp to the downside. So dollar is bearish, very, very strong bearish, you see, which is what supplies the strength for this to be bullish. And then we have this here being bullish at the moment. Bar by bar is bullish at the moment. The EMAs are still bullish, and the MACDs are still bullish. So this sell won't be fully confirmed, or at least it's not in the verge of turning around yet. Because while this is turning around, these will start becoming a little bit more neutral and bearish, right? But we have gold very bullish at the moment here as well. Actually, gold is very bullish. Everything is full on bullish at the moment. So maybe the best idea would be to wait for a break of this 200, a retest area, and then a buy to this location. All right, so you have a weekly. So this is a weekly open, and 2 weeks ago close. And as you can see, it's ranging within this area. So maybe this might be a decent breakout area. All right, let me remove this. So if it breaks out of here, we have a nice clean move to the upside here. Right, a travel between this area. As you can see, between these two areas, it travels nice down, nice up, right? So if it breaks out here, it's gonna come, whips out this, and then go back across to the other side. Because you see how these lows are happening here. So we have 1 low, 2 low. If it does a 3rd low right here and continues to range, then it might actually break all the lows out, take this whole area out along with this area, and then go back up. Market is still very bullish, but if it comes down, it's still going to be bullish. It's only 33 pip drop. So this would be a very, very high risk sell if someone does plan on selling this. The 20 EMA is arching around. So if it's arching around, maybe it's gonna want to retest it and then drop. I've seen this pattern quite enough time to know it's gonna drop down. If anyone wants to take a scalp trade, this is it. With a small tight stop loss, right? 10 pip stop loss, 12 pip stop loss with a 20 pip take profit. All right, this is just a quick scalp that you can take. There's a probability it's gonna go there really fast and come back up. So as soon as it gets there, it's gonna come back up, or it's just gonna spike it real fast. I'm just gonna move this stop loss down to break even now. As soon as this bar closes, I'll put the stop loss above the wick. Actually, I can put it right there. I'll just follow the 20 EMA down with it. Once this bar closes, I'll follow it down again. And if I get stopped at 0, I prefer to get stopped out to 0. So I want to test the 20 EMA now before it drops, or maybe just drop straight down into this location. Bar by bar is still bullish. No, bar by bar is slightly bearish right now. Let's see what the other charts are doing currently. So you see silver is pulling back only to the 200 at the moment, and it's not like pumping down or anything. So therefore there's no high volume pushing it down, right? Everything here is pulling back already as well. So very tight stop loss. Just keep your stop loss tight. Now I'll put the stop loss to break even because this one mid bar is supposed to crash in. I'm just gonna go ahead and manually close this out. Right there. Right, it's just a scalp trade that was taken from where to where. Let me see. From here to here. 18 pips. Right, so I took 3 scalp trades with you guys today, and I called all 3 of them out. They were roughly around 15 to 18 pips. It still might go on and chop this area all the way through. But I don't care anymore. I'm already out. The volume is now coming in to gold to silver. As you can see, it's punching down, right? So if you're able to skip through all these really, really fast, it helps. Right, so silver, as you can see, is coming down. So, but it's testing the 200 is what you have to be worried about. That's what I was worried about. Is silver is testing the 200, right? It's giving buy signals over here as well, and buy signal. But it could obviously push down just a little bit, enough to get gold to move. See, because it is flat EMA, it's very, very you have to get in and out really fast when you do get in. When the EMA is not so flat, it actually just keeps moving. But when the EMA is flat, it's gonna chop, chop, chop back and forth. I do not use Wyckoff. I did learn about it long time ago, but I don't really use it. Um, it does work, I suppose, when you see it, you wait for the last wick to hit the lows or highs and go with it, but it doesn't always work because Wyckoff is meant to use in a longer time frame. Did anyone take a scalp or no? All right, I'm gonna be ending the stream in about 15 minutes, and then I'll start up the stream on my channel, private. Well, this pattern here almost always works. Actually, if you see this, it goes up and then starts chop, 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 chop on the 1 minute chart. It usually likes to take it out. That's why I was sure about it. Even though everything was bullish, I was sure about that one there because it was coming close to this zone as well. But everything is overall bullish, right? Let's see here. There's 88% bear. Dollar is bull, bear, and bear. So dollar is mostly bearish, which fuels the gold upwards. So when it does pull back, it's gonna pull back weekly and then push up. Pull back weekly and then push up. It's still inside its weekly zone though. You see this number decrease? It was 4.6 something earlier. And it didn't quite take out this zone either. because what it's trying to do, the market is trying to get more sellers and buyers in, so it can take out a higher percentage of traders. And if you see those triangle trading patterns, you'll see that these clusters are gonna get closer and closer and closer with the triangle, and then that's when you see that whipsaw out of the triangle. I have a Telegram group that is private. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and from there you can get to my Telegram. Actually, I can post a Telegram group right here, right now. Um, Emily, I'm about to tell him something.
Okay.
Um, that's my Telegram channel over here. This is not the private group. This is a group where you can ask whatever question you want, and I'll answer there. Um, my YouTube channel, if you scroll up, you'll see my YouTube channel right up there. I can post it again though. Not a big deal. All right, and that's my YouTube channel. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. This is my YouTube channel. Um, oops. Yeah, I trade live like this every day on my YouTube channel. I explain everything. I read the information on the EA for everyone. I give my thoughts out. The group also gives their thoughts out and their analysis as well. Um, this way, we trade together as a team with multiple different viewpoints. And if they agree with me, they don't agree with me. They can say they can say it anytime. You know. Um, let's see here. What's going on? This thing is still flat. Unfortunately, market might not do much today until next 4 hour bar opens, which is 10 o'clock, and around 11 or 12 o'clock today, just gonna whipsaw a little bit more or start trending then, right? So that's the thing there. What kind of job do I do? I am a facility manager for two manufacturing facilities, pharmaceutical facilities. And I've been in engineering for a while, product design and stuff like that. So during that time, I was programming the CA to help me trade on autopilot, but I can never get it to work on full autopilot, as you can see. But I got it enough to work where it provides me the right amount of data to make educated decisions. And where it does analysis across multi different charts, 11 different charts, and provides it on one screen for me in seconds. Right? That's the idea, is to get good data in seconds so that you can make decisions. Because some of these trading decisions has to be made in seconds. Now, of course, the idea here is to make 20% per day, but also the idea here is to trade very responsible. And it's a range day, so you can't make 20% regardless. Well, you can join my team, and the trading is gonna work out. I mean, we have a team of traders there too. All the guys trade there, right? And some of them are new, which we will do some price action training, the basic price action training that pairs with the robot, right? So we'll have that on weekend as well for the paid group, so that I can show them the basic principle I use behind the price action. It's just a simple zone. If we draw our zones correctly, we shouldn't have issues with them, right? If we know how to confirm zones, we shouldn't have issues with them. And certain things like the normalcy of the charts, such as the 200 being flat, the 20 being flat, certain observations that I've spent looking at the chart for the past few years, I've memorized those bad patterns. So when I memorize those bad patterns, I can say, okay, it might be a whipsaw day, it might be this behavior type of day, right? And the indicator also helps confirm that a little bit better. So you see, it didn't even finish the ATR for the day as yet either. According to the robot, it still has 109 pips more to go. Right? So if it still has 109 pips more to go from the highest point and from the lowest point, 109 pips, it means it might want to come to this region or this very top region here still by the end of the day. Right? But we don't know. And based on a 200 market movement, 200 average market movement, it's already finished 193 pips, which means that market could just simply fizzle out the rest of the day, right? So if market moved 200 pips already, and then you have to wait for an actually decent move to start happening and retest, and then go and then take that trade. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream in about 4 minutes, and I'm gonna start up the stream on the other channel so that it can run live there for the subscribers to trade the rest of the day if they want to trade the rest of the day, or into London session, Tokyo and London session. Actually, my name is Jai. Tomi is Japanese for wealth, so it's sort of the idea is that it means wealth signal, wealth gold signal, because the idea is for us to build wealth, right? Like my name is Jai. Yeah, that's correct. It looks like now it wants to come down and take this point out. But you see how it's been rejecting this zone so far continuously? The probability of it crashing through here is becoming stronger, right? Because it's attempting, and buyers keep buying it up. Especially there is one cluster over here as well. So if it crashed through this and retested very quickly, it might actually punch down here, which completes the target for the day. But it might do that next 4-hour bar. And then actually it might take a swing to the upside for this zone here. I see it just popped down there, took that out. Right. It didn't take it all the way out though, but every time it pops down here, buyers enter. So it might actually next 4-hour bar, like I said, it might want to just push right through it and keep going to get to this area over here. But I actually have to get going now. I have to go get dressed and leave for work. So I'm gonna end the stream now, and thank you guys for watching. And you can subscribe to my channel as well. And if you guys want the VIP, you can head over there to the VIP section so we can stream every day, because I do stream every day over there, and we trade like this every day.